Good morning. Welcome back. Right, so you actually rejoined me about, well, it's over 3 hours later. You actually joined me 3 hours later. The front camera should be on, by the way. I hope you can hear me. Let's just double check. Yes, you can. Brilliant. Charged my mics, charged the batteries this morning. We're actually on our way to our first job for a Monday. So it took a little bit longer than anticipated at Tilbury this morning. It is what it is. There's not much I can do with that. Bit of a palaver, really. I booked in at the port. Was told to go to dock 12 on the port, which is a case of going in and just going around the other side. There was already a trailer being loaded on dock 12. So the shunter driver came up to me and said, "Hello driver, where are you meant to be?" I said, "I've been directed to dock 12 to be loaded for reels." "All right, okay, let me just see how long it's going to be." So I was waiting there for about 25 minutes, roughly. Excuse me. About 25 minutes before the shunter took that trailer off of dock 12. I then reversed into the dock, onto dock 12. Prepared the trailer, make sure it's swept, because you have to make sure the trailer's swept if you're loading with reels, because they can damage the paper reels if it's not swept properly. It can pierce through the paper, etc. So you have to make sure. It's one thing you have to when you prepare your trailer at the when you're transporting reels. Anyway, swept the trailer, opened the curtains, prepared the trailer. Happy days. I then basically put the kettle on and just made myself a brew and waited to be loaded. Basically, that was pretty much it. Yes, that's pretty much all I did. I was then sat there for about half an hour, 35 minutes. I then got a bang on the door, and I was thinking it's taking a while, but I think the night shift finished at 6, then the day shift come on, so it can take a bit of time from 6 o'clock onwards for them to come to you. If they're doing shift change, etc., it does take time. It's just not the ideal time in the morning. It just is what it is. Getting bang on the door, my driver door. A little lady, a little blonde girl, bang, bang, bang. I thought, well, you're quite aggressive, aren't you, for a small person? She said to me, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Beg your pardon? What are you doing here? You're not meant to be here." I went, "I've been told to come to dock 12 to be loaded." "By who? You're not even booked in." I went, "I am booked in. I went to the security. I booked in with the office. They are the ones who directed me here. I can't get in here unless I'm authorised to." Because to get onto the port, you have to go clear customs to get onto the port. Or clear security to get onto the port. They directed me here, I said. I wasn't funny with her, but she was very, whoa, Monday morning, all right. Someone got the wrong side of the bed. She goes, "Go to dock 5. Go to dock 5. We'll load you." I went, "So you want me to go to dock 5 to load me? I'm not meant to be here." "No, go to dock 5. I thought, wow, she definitely has got out the wrong side of the bed. I just ignored it, pulled out, curtains still open, because I secured the curtains, reversed into another dock. That's 40 minutes delayed on my day, or behind already. Anyway, they loaded me straight away. I double stacked, got full load. It's taken me about 40 minutes or so to actually get on, secure this load. All the corners, I put a picture on socials, on my Facebook and Instagram, to show you the load I've got. Have a look. Excuse me. Sorry guys, I've got a bit of a sore throat this morning. Anyway, yeah, took a bit of time to get all the corners on. It's so windy at this time of morning. If you've been to the Port of Tilbury before, it's extremely windy, very windy. So the curtains are flapping everywhere. You've got to secure your curtains. You throw your straps over because you've got a double load. The straps don't always go right over. They get blown to one side. So you've got to do one at a time. Some people just chuck every single strap over at once. by the time you get around there, the wind's got them all. They're all caught between each other and you can't pull them out. So you've got to do one at a time when the wind is pretty bad. That's what I do. Everyone does it differently. That's what I do, just to avoid that situation. Anyway, got out. Then 20 plus minutes to get the paperwork. Eventually I got out. So it's taken a good 3 hours nearly to get in, get loaded, get strapped up, then get out. But unfortunately, if you've not been to the Port of Tilbury before, or a port to be loaded, unfortunately these things happen. It takes time because you're not the only one in there. There's so many drivers in there being loaded. It's a very fast-paced port, and it just takes time. You've then got to secure your load. It takes time as well. So it is what it is. Anyway, I've spoken to the office. ETA is 10:30. We're going down to Hampshire, which is Gosport. Pronounce it, Gosport. Yeah. And ETA is 10:30. So Hampshire, down towards sort of Portsmouth way, Southampton way, Bournemouth. That's sort of the coast, I think it is. So 25 we're on at the moment, the M25. We're then going to go down the A3. A3 will take us pretty much straight down to where we need to get to in Hampshire. It will take us towards Fareham. Fareham's a place I used to go to when I used to work for Walking Floors. I used to go down to a shitty recycling site down there, which was stinking. So I've sort of been down the area before, but we're going a little bit further than Fareham. We're going around Fareham and down across, I think. So not been to this site before. It's the first time I've been to this specific site. First time I've done this sort of job. But yeah, we've got a heavy load on. So so we have to take our time getting down there. Not, you know, when you've got a heavy load, because the reels, if you've seen the picture, I'll put it on the screen now for you actually. If you look at them, they're on pallets, where a lot of the reels I have taken in the past have been on just directly onto the bed of the trailer. So because these are on pallets, I didn't really have to sweep it as much, but I have anyway. I always prepare the trailer properly. So yeah, they're on pallets. So when reels are on pallets and they're double stacked, there is always more of a chance of them sliding, because pallets do slide. They've got a flat base, they're double stacked as well, they can tilt a lot easier. So I've had to secure the load as best I can today. You should always secure your load anyway, of course, but I've had to really make sure this load is secure and take my time driving down this way, because, you know, being careful on roundabouts, bends such as this one, just don't rush. It's all about taking your time when you've got this sort of load on. And when I'm turning, even just going around this bend now, I can feel the weight. It's very heavy. So it's a case of we'll just plod down there. We'll get there when we get there. We was booked in for 9 o'clock this morning. Obviously, that's gone out the window, because obviously we've had to get live loaded this morning. So ETA is a bit later than we thought, but the office will update the customer, hopefully. And then yeah, we'll get there when we get there. We're just hitting some traffic. They've got a lane closure on the inside lane by the looks of it. So it's a 50 mph speed limit here. So we'll just ease off a little bit and take our time. But I hope everyone had a great weekend. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. We did. I wasn't working this weekend. I had a late finish on Friday. I finished at I didn't get home till 9 o'clock. I clocked off about 10 to 8 on Friday. I had a very long day on Friday. I had an Iceland delivery in the afternoon at 4 o'clock, 4:30. I got there at 3:30, an hour early, but that made no difference because I still got caught in the London traffic coming out. Absolute nightmare getting out. It was just horrendous. Then once I got on the M25, heading back to the yard, I then had the traffic go all the way around it was about 20 miles worth of traffic to get around back to the yard. I'm based out of Tilbury. So that was an absolute nightmare as well. And you can imagine what Tilbury's like on or Dartford is like on a Friday afternoon. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, it was a bit of a crazy Friday last week, but the weekend was fine. I had a nice rest. We went in to see, we've done a few bits and pieces. I took a little into the park, spent some time with her. Did some bits and pieces. We went to see one of our relatives, or a friend of the family, who's pretty much classed as family. She's got a brain tumour. She's got cancer of the brain. That was very sad. Felt like you were saying goodbye to her for the last time. She doesn't know how long she's got to live. Just very sad situation. That can happen to anyone, obviously. Just very sad this sort of thing happens to people. You don't know what to say to people when they're terminally ill to a degree. Just don't know what to say to them. It's such a difficult thing. Not something I'm not used to, I guess. That's probably what it is for me. But when my dad died, it was instant. He was in hospital and that for a period of time, but he had a heart attack. But my dad had a number of health issues anyway. But my dad's death was instant. It was a shock more than anything else. But for this scenario, it's more of it's going to happen. You see the person before, you know the future's not looking too bright for them, unfortunately, and it's just really sad, really difficult. So, but I'm sure if you've probably experienced it with a friend or a family member yourselves. I don't know, but if you have, you probably know what I'm talking about. You just don't know what to say. You just don't know what to say. It's difficult. Anyway, on that, let's maybe swing it onto a positive note, shall we say? Yeah. So we're in traffic now, as you can see. I'm going to try and I'm going to try and record for today and tomorrow. We're reloading out of Hampshire, the same place, but apparently it's a really big complex, big site. So we're going to reload out of that same site, and we're going to head. We've got a double delivery tomorrow, multi-drop if you like, well, double drop, 2 drops on one load. Not sure what I'm taking yet, what I'm delivering. So yeah, but apart from that, all is well. Got another driver ringing me. So we're in traffic at the moment, guys. There's not really a great deal to show you, of course. We're on the M25 traffic, which is no surprise at 8:45 in the morning. So we was always going to hit this sort of traffic at this time in the morning. So what I'll do is we'll make some progress. We're an hour and 46 minutes away, 84 miles from our delivery point. What I'll do is I'll switch the cameras on maybe just before we get there, and you can sort of follow me in to site. And yeah, if I can record on site, I will do. If I can't, then obviously I won't record on site. But apart from that, I will catch up with you just before we arrive. I'll speak to you very shortly. Welcome back. So we are now, where are we? Coming off this junction 11 on the M27. So we're literally 12 minutes away. So I thought I'd put the cameras on now for you guys. Mirrors indicators, of course. Been down to this way before, it rings a bell. Been this way before. We now should be going to the A27. We are, yes. So we're only about 4.5 miles away from our delivery point. We're heading towards Gosport, the A32 is where we're going. So we should be going left here. See if we get through these lights. If not, it's quite tight coming around this roundabout here. Yeah, I didn't think we'd make that. This place certainly reminds me of when I was going to the recycling sites for my other company on the walking floors. So it's down here. I think we're going underneath a bridge, if I remember rightly, or we might be going straight on, but we're not far now, guys. So on the way down here, I've had a bit of a problem with the truck sat nav, the HGV sat nav, the built-in sat nav isn't working. On the way down here, it's just switched. It's not switched itself off, but it's lost a signal. The GPS signal isn't working, so it just keeps circling. So what I've had to do is I've pushed on as far as I can, but I've had to pull over onto the one of the lay-bys and get my my own TomTom out and connect my own TomTom up. So I'm now using my TomTom to find this address. For some reason the truck sat nav isn't working. I'm not sure if anyone else has got one built into their lorry. Do you ever get GPS issues with it? Well, mine seems to be, it's the second time or third time I've had an issue with it. It's not a regular occurrence, but it happens it's happened a few times. Let's ease off here, so 40. But yeah, so we're just following my sat nav in now. Normally I turn off here and go under that bridge on my left and go back on myself to where I've been to before. Haven't been this far down into Fareham, so we're just going to take our time going in, because I don't really know where I'm going. I'm just following sat nav at the moment. It's the A27, Gosport, the A32. We'll stay in this lane, so we're going towards Gosport. If I pronounce that right. We should be going left. Right, so we're going left here. HGVs. Right, so we can go this way. HGVs. Yeah, can we get under? Oh, that's tight, isn't it? Should be fine. That's where we're going. We're alright, we should be just fine. I've got a high trailer on, so I'm more concerned about that, but we should be okay. I've got a 15.4 trailer on. We've got underneath it, as the main thing. I'm just taking my time there, because you're not 100. Sometimes when there's no signs on the bridge, it means normally it's over 15, isn't it? Tell me if I'm wrong. But we're okay. So I always take my time going under there, because I know down this way there's a lot of bridges. A lot of bridges. So you've just got to take your time going underneath and coming down this way as you go into places like Fareham and that, just full of bridges everywhere. But we managed to get under that one okay. Straight across this roundabout. We're not far now, actually, we're not too far at all. Got a blocker there, so we're all good. Just stay in the left hand lane. The roads have been pretty clear coming down here. I must say the roads have been decent, no issues, apart from the sat nav issue, of course. But I'm just very glad that I carry my my own sat nav with me, because it's times like this where you get stuck. The truck sat nav doesn't work and you've got a backup. So I'm glad I've always kept that with me, really. Right, so Gosport is marked on the road, so we'll stay in the left lane. We should be going left up here onto the A32 still. Staying left, are we? Are we staying left? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Seems like we are anyway. I've got Google Maps on as well as a backup. That wants to take me straight on. The HGV sat nav's taking me left, so we're going to just follow the HGV sat nav, obviously the TomTom should I say for now. It's so not annoying, it is what it is, but when you haven't been to an address before, you don't really know where you're going. You just got to be extra cautious and take your time. But this seems to be taking me the right way. 2.3 miles away, we're coming to our road that we need to be on. We should be going right at that road onto the B334. This is meant to be quite a big place, this this delivery point, so we've got a few different places there. I'm reloading from this place as well. I'm not sure I told you, I think I did mention that already, so I can't even pronounce the company name. It's a bit of a strange one. It's easy to, when you hear someone else say it, it sounds like, oh right, it goes, all right. But, the sun's shining today, which is nice. See if we can get through these greens. No, didn't think so. I didn't think we would. Neutral, handbrake. So we're going straight up here. We're looking for Rona Road. Rona Road. That's what we're looking for. Oh, we've got the green light. As you can see, we are very heavy. So the Merc taking its time to get up this little tiny little hill. Straight on. Oh, itchy ear today. Oh. I must just take my time, because when you reach the roads you're actually meant to be on, sometimes the building or the place you're delivering to hits you straight away and you can easily miss it. So looking on Google Earth, it looks fairly straightforward, but sometimes Google Earth can be deceiving as well. Until you're actually on the ground, you don't realise how difficult, how easy it can be to find. Right, we're going straight through these lights. So watch this car coming out. They've seen me coming, so hopefully she'll stay there. She is the driver. Has anyone else been down this way for deliveries? Or is it just me? I'm not sure. It looks like a bit of an industrial place, but like I said, it doesn't look that big. There's a few industrial buildings around here with Arctics on, but I don't recognise any of these companies. So come this far down into Gospel, not been down there before, so it's a new one for me really. Oh, bumpy. I must say, coming down the A3, I'm so glad. I mean, you don't realise how lucky you can be when you secure a load. Like, you come across so many humps on the road. Like, you can just feel yourself. You're going too quick, you're going to lose control. And if you haven't got your load strapped down, that will certainly bounce. If you're double stacked like I am, the top pallets will easily shift. So all the reason why you've just got to take your time, really take your time. But the A3 can be really, it's not the greatest road to come down, I must say. It's very bumpy and very uneven surfaces. Right, 0.8 miles, we're coming to a roundabout. We should be taking a right onto Rona Road. We're going straight on. Straight on we're going. Ministry of Defence, Gosport. I pronounce it Gosport, but I say Gosport, because that is the correct English language to actually pronounce it, isn't it? Some people said in my videos, you don't sound like the person you are in real life, Billy. Well, the reason why I don't sometimes is because when I'm talking to you guys, I like you to understand what I'm saying. I like to make sure that the English language, the Queen's language, you can understand me and hear me on the camera. Some people don't really understand my southern accent sometimes. That's the reason why. So yeah, if you're wondering why, that is the reason why, guys. Be my true self. Well, that's what I try and do. That's what I try and do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Right. to my sat nav, it's right at the roundabout and we're there. Just double check the company name for 2 seconds. It is called Gamaki. That's it. Just having a quick glance at the actual building name or the company name. According to this, it's there on the right hand side. So we're going right here. Some mirrors indicators, of course. See if we get a blocker. He's going straight across. This is our right. This is our road on the right now, so we should find our address. Just be aware of these cars on my left. So I'm going to take the tractor unit a little bit wider to get the trailer around. So I come round nice and wide slightly. I'm going to try and curb. Right. Apparently, it's this right here. That turning here apparently. This is us. Right. There we are. We're right there. That's us. Tamaki. Can't pronounce it. I cannot pronounce it. It sounds like a Japanese name. When you see it in just a second, you'll think that when you see it. You see the name of the company, I cannot pronounce it, but it looks like a Japanese name. Nakamoto. The guy who owns Bitcoin, sounds like his name. See it in front? That's it there. Right, there we go. Welcome to Holbrook. Would all visitors please report to reception? So, do I go left or do I go right? Barriers are coming down. So where do I go? HGV, use, must be worn. Right, I don't really know. I'm going to park here. Right. I think I'm going straight in. It is straight in, but I don't know where I'm going. I'm going to stay here because that lorry needs to come out. Right, guys, I'll be back in just a second. I'll leave the cameras rolling just for a second. Speak to you in a minute. Oh. Let me jacket on. Oh. There's a van behind me, but he's turned around. That's right. Oh. The jacket on. It is cold today, isn't it? It is cold. Right. Paperwork. There we go. Right, I'll see you in just a second, guys. I'll keep the cameras rolling just for a moment. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. Right, so I'm at the wrong place. But I do have a code to get in. I need to go. I knew this place was huge. I was told that. But it's a big old place, so I'm at the wrong gate. But she did say to me, we're expecting you for a load. You're reloading with us, but you're delivering at the next roundabout, do a left. She's given me the 4-digit code to get in. She said I can go down here and basically turn around. That's good. Okay, marvellous. So I can turn around down here. But they are expecting me. Oh, it looks tight down here, I must say. Right. Should be able to turn around all right. Oh. drivers in here. Got a Kersey driver and Scordia. Should be alright swinging it round, I think. Let's have a little turn here, I think, this side. Should be alright. Alright, let's get this around. Just don't be careful with his cab, that driver. We're around. I was trying, as you can see there, I was using the intercom to try and contact the warehouse. It says for warehouse deliveries press number 2, which I was pressing. There was no answer. Eventually the lady stuck her head out the window and said, "Hello there, you're meant to be here, come around this way." I was like, "Oh right, I'm meant to be there, right." Obviously first time I've been here, I wasn't aware of that. When you first go to places, you're not aware, are you? So you live and learn. You learn as you go. Every day's a learning day, especially in this job anyway, as you fully are aware. Right, let's go. Right, so next roundabout we're going left according to the lady. We've got the code to get into the gate, so that's where we need to be for delivery. She said go straight in, so happy days. We shall go straight in. I think that's it just there. There we are. Grange site. That's where we're going. There's no HGVs though. What's that all about? Goods inwards. Aha, there we are. This is us. It says goods inwards. This is us. Okay. Neutral, handbrake. Right, bear with me a second. Sorry guys, I keep jumping in and out of you at the moment. I just need to put this code in. It lets me straight on site to open the gates. Just bear with me a second. Right, we're in. We're in. Gates are open. We've got the green light. Right, goods inwards. She said just follow it round to loading bays and someone will see me. I said, okay, cool, that's cool with me. Right, let's take his glasses off. Go on there for a second. Goods inwards. As I was coming, I saw some loading bays around here. Obviously, I've got the front camera on. She said it's cool having the cameras on. I did ask, and she was fine with it, so I'll switch them off soon. Something in my eyes here, so I'll put these back on. I've got the green light. Ah, there's loading bays here by the looks of it. Right, okay, that's fine with me. Site office. Right. I'm going to stay here a second. There's a site office there, so I'll probably go in there and find out where they want me. Right, guys, I will leave you for just a second. Get back to you in a minute. I'll leave the cameras rolling, of course, until I get onto a bay, I guess, to find out what's going on. Right, I'll see you in just a second. Let's see what's going on. Right. Okay. follow the road round and just back into the bay. I'll leave my seatbelt off for a second. It might be bleeping in just a second, so I do apologise for bleeping noise when you hear it in a second, guys. I would normally have my seatbelt on, but we're literally reversing in a second into a bay apparently, so just see where he wants me. He said follow it round and then reverse in. Let's have a look what he means. Right, so nowhere to reverse in round here. That's annoying. Do you know what? That's annoying me, isn't it, already? Oh, that noise. I think he means there. Reversing there. Is that where he means? Or? Is that where he means? I've just seen a forklift guy there. Oh, right, yeah, that's what he means. Reversing there. That is where I've got to be. Right, let me straighten up. I'm assuming that's where he wants me to be. Headers on. It's a bit of a tricky one, isn't it? Got to reverse that angle. Hello, mate.
They've got wheels on.
Yeah. Is that where I'm meant to be?
Yeah, mate. There's two bays there. One there.
Anyone? Anyone?
Yeah. I'm going for a coffee. Tie me on your straps. I'll be back.
All right, mate. I've got to take the straps off. No worries. Cheers. Okay. Any bay, that's all right. Trying to get myself onto the bay without hitting this forklift behind me. It's got a forklift there, so just got to be all conscious. So he said, he's basically just said he's going for a coffee, just choose any bay, take your straps off. By the time he comes back, he'll get them off for me. So happy days, nice and straightforward actually. So we made it, guys, and it's now, what time is it? 20 past 11. So a little bit more delayed than expected, but we're here. Right, I'm gonna get the straps off. In fact, I might take you with me. Let's get the straps off. Right, so open the curtains. What I'm doing now is just taking the straps, loosening the straps. Some people roll these up, you don't need to. I was in such a rush this morning, I had no time. I was way behind time this morning, so just basically going to take these ratchet straps off. As you can see, we'll take one off at a time and we'll roll it. My little tool for rolling the straps are this, the strap winder. I've also got to put the corners away as well. You'll laugh at this one. The office sent me a message earlier saying, Billy, we're going to call your trailer Billy 23. Like, having a laugh at me. I said, call it Billy HGV 23. Got to laugh out loud. The reason why I've said that is because I quite like working with this trailer now. I've got used to it. I quite like it. Some of the guys, the other drivers don't like it, but I do. I like this trailer, so I'm happy to keep it every week, if you know what I mean. So yeah, you know. So yeah, I'm happy to keep it because I work, so I'm getting used to it now. You know. Complaining. I work with any trailer me, however, this one I like using because I find it easy to use. It's all I know how to keep it organised. So yeah, they want to call this trailer. I mean, obviously they're joking in the office, clearly, but I'm not. I'm serious. All that if you want. Basically, every week I say to the office, any chance I can keep hold of this trailer next week? So they always try and find me the work to a degree to ensure I keep this trailer. I work well with it. I've got a good relationship with this trailer. I have now. Yeah, I'm happy to keep it, you know. Right, I'll leave them there. We'll go around the other side with our winder. I'll put the ratchets away in just a second. The other guy's gone for a coffee, the loader, so there he goes. I always make sure when I'm opening the curtains, when you open the curtains like that, I always make sure put this away when the curtains are open so no one trips over it, sorry, clips themselves onto it or anything like that, you know. Right, so let's get these straps off. What I do when I use my little winder is this. This is one of the best investments you'll make if you're doing curtain side work. This will save you so much time and effort when you're rolling your straps up. Trust me, you'll be surprised how much time you will save. How much time you will save by using one of these on the road when you do curtain side work, general haulage, palletised haulage. If you deliver reels like these, you'll be amazed how much time you save by just using this. I've already rolled 2 up in the space of not even a minute yet. If you do this by hand, it will take me a lot longer, that's for sure. So sort of taking you with me down the trailer at the moment. Just always make sure you don't get hit across the head, of course, by the strap, which has happened to me a few times, and it really does sting. It stings. It really does. The strap hits you at full pace, full speed. It's full speed ahead. sometimes when you roll them up they get tangled or twisted, but you get there eventually, like, you know. There's 3 done. Always make sure you don't get hit across the head with these. I mean, no doubt in a minute I'll probably end up getting caught by one, but it's all good in the hood. All good in the hood. Look how quick I've done. I've literally just rolled up 4 straps. What? Space of 2 minutes, not even that. That's how quick it is. Sorry I keep moving the camera, guys, but I want to take you with me whilst I'm packing my straps away, so you can see what we do, what I'm doing. Let's take the glasses off. Feed it through there. And wind. I'll show you what I've got on. I mean, if you've seen my social media, you can see what I'm already transporting. I'll show you the load in just a second. It's only, they're just reels, but they're really heavy. Like super heavy, mate. Trust me. If you've delivered these before, you know what I mean. You'll know exactly what I mean. Some of these reels that we deliver, I mean, I haven't done the really, really tall ones. The ones that are pretty much as high as the actual trailer. They're the tricky ones. But you do your higher trailer for those. I've done like a double decker sort of size trailer because they're so high, you know. Yeah, you need a specific trailer for that. I've seen some haulage companies using them. Oh no, not me. I'm glad I'm not doing them ones. I don't really fancy it, to be honest with you. If you haven't seen corners before, I'll show you what the corners look like. I'll show you what the corners look like in a second if you haven't seen corners before. When you strap a load. Obviously you don't always use the corners when you're strapping loads anyway. Depends what you're transporting. Or transporting. The southern way. Southern lane way, bingo. Transporting. Cockney way, transporting. Or if you're from up north, transporting. No, it's terrible accent from north. No, I can't do it. No offence, sorry. My language is crap, it's crap. Just about speak Queen's English. Right. A few more takeoff, I'll do in a sec. These are going back in my locker. So these. Come with me. So I'm using my pole just to get these corners down. I'm just going to put these here for a second. It takes time to put these away. Not only does it take time to actually strap up, but it also takes time to put everything away. All right, mate. Had your coffee?
Yeah.
Good Just got to put the other corners away and I'm all done. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad.
I've given the paperwork into the little porta cabin around there, is that right? Yeah. The other side's done for you. I'll just show you where I keep my corners. Most of them. Try and stay organised. Corners in here in my box, so I'll keep some straps in there as well. This is why I like this trailer, just store stuff in there, lock it up, happy days. Right, guys, he's unloading me now. I'll speak to you very shortly. Hello again, welcome back. So, an update on how we're doing so far today. So, we tipped obviously the reels as you saw. That's all tipped. I didn't record coming back to this site. You saw me come in where I initially tried to book in and had the wrong entrance basically. I've just finished my sandwich. Yeah, so we came back to that site, which was literally 30 seconds around the corner, and we're now on a bay 5. So when I initially got here, it was so busy and so packed. There's a driver next to me on bay 4. He's just been loaded. He's now closing his doors and sorting his straps out. I'm now on bay 5. They've got works going on around here as well, so it's very tight. But it was a lot. Every single bay was taken. All the holding area bays are taken by EV Cargo Downton Deliveries, actually. So, funny enough, I think Downton, or EV Cargo should I say, operate out of this site. Looks like they've got a lot of stand trailers here, so it looks like they operate out of this site. But I got chatting to the shunter who shunts this around. I had a little chat with him for 5 minutes, 10 minutes whilst I was waiting to get onto a bay, and he's a nice, not really nice guy actually, really nice chap. He was telling me a few stories about this place, how drivers. He was telling me a few stories how drivers expect there to be shower facilities if we're here longer than 2 hours. What else was he telling me? He was just telling me some funny stories, just questions that I'd never ask any site I'm waiting at. I've been on sites for like 4 hours. I never expect to have a shower there though. I know some drivers are different, but I don't think of asking questions like that. All I'm thinking is, I want to get loaded, I want to get on my way so I can get parked up tonight and then have a shower once I'm parked up. That's my thinking behind what I do. I don't really think about having a shower on people's site unless I'm staying on the site. But he was telling me some funny stories, I must say. He had me laughing. Yeah, so I'm on site anyway. I'm on bay 5. I got a little bit confused, and I'm glad I asked another driver. It was a Scottish driver who's from obviously up that side of the country. I think he had his wife with him travelling as well. Well, he had a passenger anyway sitting there, and I asked him a question, and I noticed the driver next to me and the driver next to him had the red choke locks on. I'm not sure. If I can show you, I'll show you, but I can't because it's on the back of the trailer. Some sites you go to, you have to release the red airline, the emergency airline. Excuse me, I've just had a sandwich. And you have to release that, take the airline off, and put the red choke lock on. You then go to the back of the trailer. You get a key, you put the key in, turn the key, and that basically lets the warehouse know that your red airline has been released, the trailer is secure, the park brake is on basically, and then you have to walk over to the office and hand your driver key in, which I haven't got. Obviously I've handed it in. They didn't tell me that as I came in. First time I've been here, but they haven't told me. But lucky enough, what I'm trying to say is, the driver next to me, I asked him and he said, yeah, you got to do that and hand your key in. Lucky enough, he goes, I said, lucky I asked you, and he said, lucky you did, because you'll still be sat here next week. So, you know, had a bit of a chuckle with him about that. I said, yeah, probably would be. Lucky I asked. It's just the thing, if I go to a site and I'm unsure, I ask the driver next to me. You know, some drivers don't speak very good English, obviously, the European drivers. Not all of them, but some of them. But the driver next to me is from the UK, I could tell because the truck he's driving. So he's based in, well, he's got Welsh, Scottish and English flags, and he's a tramper, looks like it anyway. He helped me out, so happy days. So yeah, I've got a red light. He's now moving. I've now got a red light, so I'm now being loaded. I can feel the trailer shaking a bit. First pallet's going on now, by the sounds of it. And then we can head to our first job. Our first job is, I think it's in Wales. I've looked on the sat nav. I've put the sat nav on, and it's like north east south, South Wales. So it's literally come out, up, and I think around across the not the Queen Elizabeth Bridge? Is it the Queen Elizabeth? Is it the Queen Elizabeth Bridge, the bridge for Wales again, or am I thinking of that's Dartford Bridge, isn't it? I've completely had a bit of a mind blow. Anyway, whatever. Back across the bridge into Wales, and then I'm delivering this at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So once this has been delivered tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, my next drop is in Chepstow. Chepstow, I think I've been to once. I think Chepstow's in Wales as well. Chepstow's in Wales as well. My wife's now trying to ring me. I better answer the phone to her in a second. She's finishing early today. Anyway, yeah, Chepstow. So they're my two deliveries tomorrow, 9 and 12. Let's see if we get them off. But I will record into tomorrow. Let's get this on. I'll get back to you very shortly as we try and find some parking between now and basically our first delivery point tomorrow morning. I'm going to plan my route once we're loaded. I'll do it in a second, actually, once I've taken this phone call. And then, yeah, I'll update you on what's going on, guys. Apart from that, all is well. We left late this morning, but we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Happy days. The most important thing is getting your first delivery off, your paid load off. That's your paid load. Getting that off, and then getting down to your reload. But the first job is the most important job of the day. So get that one off, get onto your reload, and then obviously you can take your foot off the gas a little bit if you like, and then yeah, do as you please. So yeah, so it's a case of looking for parking now. Where we're going to park, how close are we going to get to our delivery point, and then go from there. Apart from that, guys, it's now not even 1:30 yet, and I'll update you very shortly once we are making more progress. I'll speak to you very shortly. Speak to you in a sec. Right. Okay, we are loaded, guys. Let's wait for this guy to be. Right, we're loaded. Let's go. Right, so we are loaded. Put my glasses on. We've got our paperwork for our deliveries. Both jobs, I'll double check that both jobs are in there. Just in case you leave and then you find out there's one bit of paperwork missing. Always double check your paperwork. I've learned the hard way, put it that way. That's all I'm going to say on that one. That lady's just come out of the office screaming at that driver there. She's not happy with him. He's parked at the wrong side. She said to me they have nightmares with drivers at this place. We always park at the wrong places or wrong side, and that's why when I go to a site, I always say to the security hut or whatever, I say, oh, it's the first time I've been here. I always make them aware it's the first time I've been here. Right, hang on a second. I've just realised something, guys. Silly me. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Schoolboy error. Whilst we're here and it's quiet, I'm going to very quickly do that. Oh no, I've dropped it. Do that. Do that. I haven't put my front camera battery in. Sorry guys, spare me a tick. Front camera is now on. Right there. Before we go any further. Right, let's go. Right. Let's go. So yeah, she was, the lady there, she gets really annoyed with people, drivers that come on site, they don't listen. First time I've been here, so I always make it clear when I've been to first time into a site, I go, as soon as I walk in, I say to them, sorry, it's the first time I've been here, could you give us some directions or some instructions? I've not a clue what I'm doing. As soon as you say that to them, they're a little bit more sort of laid back, if you like. They're not so grumpy, is probably a word to use. But she's nice in there, the lady's lovely in there, really nice. Right, so we're loaded, which is good. We're loaded, I'm happy with that. So should we be. So what time is it? Time is now, let's have a look, 10 to 2 in the afternoon. Now we have got just over 3 hours and 18 minutes to our first delivery point for the morning. Now, I'm thinking we're doing okay for time. We actually are doing okay for time. So I'm going to head to Wales. I'm going to look for some parking. I have no idea where I'm going to park. I've been to Wales a few times, and if you've seen obviously previous videos, I've been there a few times, obviously Wrexham and them sort of places, Ross and Wye. Been to a few places. And I do know that in Wales there is a lot of lay-bys, a lot of parking in and around them areas. So I need to I want to push about 2 hours, at least 2 hours, down into Wales, or push as far down as I can, and then maybe we can aim to get parked up for about 4/5 o'clock. Would probably be a good time. I'll then take 11 off. My plan tonight is to take 11 hours off. 11 hours off, and then basically go from there. If I'm an hour or so away from my delivery in the morning, perfect. I like to be an hour away from my delivery point in the morning. Excuse me. That's a good time to, good sort of distance to be away. Most sites won't tip you after 4 o'clock, so I'm not going to get there for 4 o'clock anyway. So I'm going to park up as close as I can, then go from there. So we'll focus on getting out of Hampshire first, and then basically go from there. Like I said, no idea where I'm parking yet, so we'll just have to play it by ear. I've looked on the map and seen what's about. There is a lot of lay-bys down there, and there is service stations, service stops down there as well. So we're okay for parking. I can't see it being an issue. But 4 o'clock would be a good time. Between 4 and 5 would be a good time to get parked up. So we'll see how we do. Hopefully we don't get bogged down in lots of traffic or anything. I guess at this time of day, it tends to be okay. We've done all right today. I'm actually quite impressed. We've done all right. I've got in that site. I've got in and out within the hour. Happy days. Not bad at all, actually. Really happy with that. Just over an hour, actually, saying that. But we got tipped quickly this morning. That's a pretty good job, I must say. Gosport. I must say, it's not a bad job, that one. I quite like it. It's not a bad job at all. Shunter was nice, lady was nice in the office. She smiles, she's polite to me, I'm polite to her. No issues. That's what you want every day you go to work. If people are smiling, if you're smiling, people are smiling. The day goes nicely, it's smoothly, and just hopefully it stays that way, So yeah, really, really happy with that. So yeah, 3 hour drive at 155 miles we have. So let's see how we do. We'll push on out of Hampshire, and then obviously from there we'll look for parking. I'll get back to you just before we find parking, or as we find parking, and I'll let you know where we're stopping off tonight. Hopefully somewhere decent. The weather's nice, so why not? Apart from that, I'll speak to you. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, we have made a bit of progress. We've been driving for the past 2 hours. No, sorry, 2 hours. Hour and 40 minutes. The sun is still shining, and we are currently on the M4 towards Bristol. We're going towards South Wales. So we will be approaching the Queen Elizabeth Bridge, or the Prince of Wales Bridge. I've got it right. Hang on a second. The Queen Elizabeth Bridge is Dartford. I'm so sorry. I keep getting these bridges mixed up. Yes, Billy, your head's up your arse. Shut up. So yeah, I've had a little think. It's the Prince of Wales Bridge. Queen Elizabeth Bridge. It's completely the opposite way, Billy. Anyway, we'll get there. We're only just gone through some roadworks, of course, and we're literally 5 miles away from services. Obviously, today I'm thinking, parked up. I'm going to be parked up between 3 and 4 o'clock, I reckon, today. So it's a bit of an early finish today, but it's only because we made some ground today without any major traffic. We got loaded quite nicely in a reasonable time today. That's really worked in our favour. I'm just going to clean these glasses because I can't see a thing. Yes, that's worked in our favour today, which I'm really happy about. Can't grumble, really. So, yeah, that's why we're probably doing well for time, because we could have easily been held up today at them sites. That's a lot better. I can see now. So yeah, I can't grumble. We're doing really well. So I can't remember which service station this is. Now I'm contemplating. I think we're coming to Strensham, which is snap account. Showers are half decent there. I know I know drivers. Their loads have been nicked out of this place in the past, or very recently, in fact, which can happen anywhere, of course. But or I can push on to, I think it's Magnor Services, which I think is a snap account, which I think is about between 5 and 10 miles after the Prince of Wales Bridge. So you're pretty much into Wales. We'll see how we're doing. I mean, I can't see a thing out that passenger window. It needs a good clean, that window, the windows. But yeah, we're doing okay for time. We're just plodding along now, guys. We've done our first load of the day. The paid load is complete. We're reloaded for tomorrow. Now we can just focus on parking. We're not focused on getting this delivery done by a certain time. We're not feeling stressed. We're not feeling under pressure. And that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Why feel stressed and under pressure when you don't need to be? 89 miles from Cardiff. And when you're not feeling stressed, you're not feeling pressured, the day goes smoother, the day goes nicely, you feel happier, you know, because your blood pressure isn't up here, it's down here. And it makes all the difference, I must say, it makes all the difference. But my blood pressure certainly will be increasing if I can't find parking. I'm sure we'll be fine at this time of the day. And plus you want to be, I like to try and look for parking where I think, right, if I'm up early in the morning, which I will be tomorrow, aiming to get back on the road for about 6 a.m, I think. We'll take 11 off tonight. It may be more than 11 tonight, in fact, if we get parked up at 4 o'clock. But it is what it is. When you get the work done, you get more time off to a degree. What can you do? It is what it is. Start too early, you get to your job too early, you don't get it off, you sat around. So you've got to try and time it. These 2 deliveries, which I didn't mention to you, these 2 deliveries are actually booked in for 11 a.m. They're both booked in for 11 o'clock in the morning. So my plan is to get to my first job between 8 and 9. Once that's come off, then get to Chepstow for 11. I should be there before 11. They're both in Wales. Just depends on obviously the roads in the morning, which I can't see being too bad. So we'll see how we do. But I'm going to double check the route when we get parked up. I'm going to double check the jobs, check the pay. I've checked the paperwork already. It's all in one envelope. But I'm just going to sort of go over it again, just to make sure I'm completely happy for tomorrow's tasks at hand, and make sure I'm 100% happy with what I'm doing tomorrow. Just make sure I plan ahead. I did mention that on my first year's anniversary being a tramper, I did mention that one of the important things that I've learned in the past year is organisation, is being prepared, preparing yourself for the day ahead the night before. That's what I try and do, me personally. I try and prepare the night before. That way I'm not stressed out, feeling stressed out, you know, and that sort of stuff. So I always try and prepare the night before, so I can get up in the morning, do my paperwork, do my morning checks, my vehicle checks, etc. We're not going to stop there. We're going to push on, and yeah, make sure I'm completely happy with the task at hand, basically. So that way I don't feel stressed on the road. I can get on the road, I can relax, I can just plod down to where I need to get to. When I say plod, I mean, you know, take my time. You know, you've planned your day, you've planned your route, and you get there in good time. And what happens after that, whatever happens on the road, once you're on the road, if it happens, it happens. Traffic, whatever. But you try and plan your route enough so you can avoid that to a degree, because you can't always avoid it, unfortunately. That's what I do. Every other driver may do it differently to me, and may plan their routes and plan their mornings, days, whatever, a lot differently to me. But that's the way I do it, and it works for me. What works for me doesn't work for another driver. What works for another driver doesn't work for me. So, you know, I'm a firm believer in not being stressed. I bloody hate it. Hate being stressed. I don't like being stressed. If I can avoid it and make my life a lot easier, I'm going to do that. So, you know, right, I can't move along. That car's going to have to put his foot down. Because can he commit to the middle lane? Unfortunately. So I have to ease off the acceleration, ease off the cruise control there a little bit, just to let that car come out. He's a new passer, as you can see, he's got it on his car. Don't really want to be pushing in front of someone like that. It puts them under pressure when they've just passed. What I am going to do is get into the middle lane when it's safe to do so, and I'm going to overtake, which is right now. So basically, I've got the adaptive cruise control on, and I've got the lane assist on. I've also got the distance. I can't remember the distance, whatever you call it. I can't remember what it's called anyway. I've got that set up on here, so I have to move out into middle lane way before I take over. And the reason why I do that, it keeps my distance, gives me plenty of space between me and obviously the Arctic in front, and then I can just increase my speed and get around as and when. I can actually shorten the distance on the truck, by the way. I can do that, but when I spoke to Mercedes, they recommended me to do this, and it's just safer for everyone. Because nothing worse when you get this close to an Arctic, for example, you get this close to one, and then you decide to overtake last minute. If he slams the brakes on last minute, I'm then in trouble, if that makes sense. I've then got a problem, you know? So yeah. He's obviously increased his speed a little bit, so that's why I'm doing 56 now. He's increased his speed, so I'm now having to sit in this middle lane. Is what it is. I would move him back in, then I've moved back in. I've got a car on my inside. I'll move back in and drop off a little bit, because he's not going to let me go past him. He's put his foot down. It is what it is, and I'll just ease off a little bit once I get behind him. So we'll just ease off, let him take control now, let him push further ahead. That's another thing I've noticed, not just with car drivers, but drivers of lorries. When they're doing 52, for example, they might be fully loaded, they're heavy. You're not as heavy as them, so you're going to overtake. But then obviously, when they get a bit of an incline, or decline should I say, they put their foot down. So, just have to move back in basically and just let them go. That's what I do. You know? So our next service station, I'm just trying to think where we are. I think we're about 20 miles away. Yes. About 20 miles away. Yeah. So my daughter's got, she's got a show today. She has a show. Not sure if he was flashing me or another driver. You never know. Drivers flash, like, and you don't have to flash another car in or something. Well, they're flashing a driver in front of you or what, I don't know. They might be buddies. Truck friends, truck friends. Yeah, my daughter's got a show today and I'm missing it. But I guess this is the sacrifices you have when you're a tramper. You miss this sort of stuff. Not that I'm complaining that I'm missing my daughter growing up to a degree through the week at times. I do get home sometimes through the week. But unfortunately, it's part of it. It is what it is. You know, you're going to miss this sort of thing. We got goals, me and my wife, and my sacrifice is being away from home for the week at the moment, obviously, being a tramper. But we've got a good understanding on why, you know. So, and it's not all about the money before people say and comment below about that. It's not just the money I'm thinking about. For me, it's about getting my experience as a tramper. I do pretty much any line of work, doing this line of work up and down the country, learning about the roads, the loads, I'm learning so much about being a tramper. Now, like I say, it's not for everyone, by the way. We know that. We've said that so many times. We know it's not for everybody. But I am learning so much in this job. And I know it will stand me in good stead moving forward. Where if I was just doing the same work, for example, with a shunter, not a shunter, not a shunter, what am I talking about? Trunking, sorry. If I was trunking every single day, doing Birmingham back, the same route every day, I don't feel like I would be learning or developing as much. So the sacrifice I'm making at the moment being a tramper is because I want to learn. I'm trying to learn more, learn about the job itself, learn different loads, using different straps, different weights, you know, different sights, different challenges when you're reversing, learning more about the motorways, the roads itself, where to, you know, there's so much you learn about being a tramper. And I must say, there is a lot of positives to take out of it. There are negatives because, like any job, there is negatives as well. It's not all green. It's not, grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's not always green on the other side. But sometimes you've got to take the rough with the smooth, and you've got to accept that you are going to have to make sacrifices being a tramper. And if you want to get your experience, you want to learn quick, relatively quick, I would say, tramping, I think, is a great way to go about it. But you have to accept the lifestyle change you're going to have. And I've accepted that. I have. I totally accept it. Excuse me, sorry. I totally accept the lifestyle change I've had to make. I don't go out as much at weekends and socialise. I don't. I'm too tired at weekends. I spend more time with my daughter and my wife, doing stuff with them. That's pretty much my downtime with them. You know, the days of me going to the pub on a Friday and Saturday night, at the moment, I just don't have the time for it. You know? I don't really like hangovers anyway, to be honest with you. I'm not very good at hangovers. Not as I get older anyway. I can drink more, but I can't handle the hangovers. So, you know. I've just had a message from my wife. Just looking at my phone now, it's come through as text. Obviously, I'm not touching the phone. No touching phones. Not when you're driving. She just sent me a few videos and the pictures of her on her show. And she just said to me right now, she said she was great. So, yeah. Well done to my little girl. Proud of her. Proud of her very much.